My name's Aden De Jager. I'm 22 years old, from Shell Harbour, New South Wales, Australia. Currently living in Taft, California, near Bakersfield, and also Liberty, South Carolina. That's my two bases. But busy riding Kawasaki KX450F, fantastic bike. Gateway have hooked me up big time, and www.adendejager.com. Well, I mean, I looked at it. I was trying to ride in Australia, and I just feel like I was going nowhere. I was trying to talk to people, and it's nothing happening. I was like, well, if I'm struggling in Australia, I might as well go struggle in America and see what I can pick up. I know there's a lot of help. I know there's a lot of people willing to help and that. And so when I come over in 2009, it was just myself and my girlfriend, and yeah, I mean, we struggled, but we met some great people, and they gave us a place to stay and a place to ride, and then we come out West Coast here, and I mean, I've definitely met a lot of people, a lot of great people that are willing to help me. Like my mum and dad have been the biggest support I could ever ask for. If I'm ever in trouble, if I need anything, they're always there to help. So I really cannot, like, my parents have done the best job. And then I've just met some great people, like Gateway Cycles have given me a bike, and then some people like sponsor me on the East Coast and West Coast by giving me a place to stay, feeding me, and just helping with a few expenses. I mean, I honestly cannot ask for more than that from a person. So, and then yeah, just product sponsors. I mean, everyone's always willing to hop on board. I mean, so that's one really good thing. So I feel like I'm in a better spot right now in the US doing it on my own than I am doing it on my own in Australia. So basically, when the West Coast was on, we moved out here to California. We had a Supercross Academy that we started off with, and it was working out really well. And then they had a bit of a promotion at the Supercross Academy, and it ended up getting shut down. But I ended up staying out at the Supercross Academy. We had two Supercross tracks to train on, which is just north of LA, about 2 hours north. So we had two tracks, Atlanta and Anaheim replicas, and we just worked on it from there. My mechanic and myself, we worked hard and trying to put in laps, and just struggled a little bit with tight budget with parts and that. But I mean, we started off the West Coast doing all the Supercrosses, and it started off a little slow. I was expecting to do a little better, and then started getting into it, and I really started coming to when it came to Indianapolis. I qualified first in my group. I was running fourth in my heat race, and I mean, that's like a personal best for me. And on about lap 5, I cased the table over table section and ended up breaking my collarbone. So that was a bit of a bummer because I was just sort of starting to peak a little bit. And so I had a few weeks off, had a bit of a holiday, and then we come back into it. And when we were at the East Coast, I got a family that I live with over there in South Carolina, and we got a Supercross track at the house. So I'm literally covered everywhere as far as Supercross tracks going coast to coast. And so cut a long story short, just before Jacksonville, about 2 weeks, started riding before Jacksonville, and we're putting in like 100 laps a day, and I was feeling real confident. And I come back to Jacksonville, I come out swinging, like I rode really well at the night race and that. And then I had 1 or 2 crashes during the week after Jacksonville, which kind of put a downer for Houston, and won a couple of the other rounds. And I was just really looking forward to get back out to California because it was raining a lot over on the East Coast, and weather's always perfect, as you can see out here in California. So we decided to do some more training out here, and we went to Seattle and Salt Lake, and didn't do too bad. Seattle, I mean, that was a tough track. I think everybody disliked that place. So, but no, Salt Lake was good, and then Vegas was the final, and it was real fun. Well, I mean, we started just before Salt Lake to start doing the motocross, started training, and obviously the budget doesn't really allow to buy sets of suspension, so I was kind of doing a little bit motocross on Supercross, just getting the finesse of speed on the faster tracks. And then we actually come after Vegas, and I got really, really sick, and I was in bed for the whole week prior to Hangtown, and I only got to ride once before Hangtown, and we got to do some suspension testing and all that sort of stuff, and which is a bit of a bummer. I would have liked to do a lot more leading up to Hangtown, and I only just missed out on qualifying at Hangtown, which, I mean, for myself, I expect to qualify, and I missed out by a couple of hundredths of a second. So it kind of annoys me a little bit just when you make silly mistakes like that, especially when you don't give it to, like I was giving it my all, but obviously just wasn't riding real well. And so Hangtown was a bit of a bummer. So this week and the next week leading up to Texas, we're going to be pushing hard and going to make sure we're in there and want to get some points.